Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Meet Sangria podcast. I am your host, Matt Lipari. I have a tissue in my hand for some reason. I don't know why this is here. I wasn't using it for anything. That is strange. If you're watching this video, you may notice I have a new microphone in front of my face. It's doing nothing. There's no wire in here. I just have my old microphone clipped to the new microphone because I cannot figure out how to get this thing to work. I bought all these wires on Amazon, which, by the way, Amazon is free. Amazon is a free rental service. If you guys didn't know, if you guys don't have Amazon Prime, just buy whatever you want and then use it and then return it. It's so much fun. I bought so many wires and stuff, and I was like, none of it worked. Couldn't figure out how to get it to work with my phone. I could get it to work with the computer, but I was like, I need something else. So I just returned it all. You get your money back, and then you can do it all again. Like I went on vacation last year. I went to Brazil and I bought a camera, like a DSLR camera to take pictures of stuff. I used it for, I had it for like 20 days in the jungle, just taking pictures, like dropping it on stuff. Amazon, yeah, returned it in any condition, returned it, got all my money back. Just brought back a dirty camera. I got all my pictures, I saved them all. Perfect. Whatever company, Canon or whatever. That's the policy. They don't ask questions. Why didn't you want it? They don't say, hey, is it new? I'm not lying. If they did ask that, I wouldn't do it. But they just take it for free. So if you guys are not abusing, I bought so much stuff for that trip, I returned it all. It was like $1,000 worth of stuff. It's like, I actually don't want this stuff. So that's what I'm doing for this microphone. So I'm buying a bunch of random crap. So I can't get it to work yet, but hopefully next time, I said that last time, it will work. But all I really need is just something to speak into. So this should kind of work. And I think this microphone is good. Although I had someone recently tell me that they thought this microphone sucked. They said, your podcast sounds awful. And I took that to mean the audio quality was bad. Not that I am a bad host. No, they said the audio quality was bad. So, yeah, I actually got this. I have a new manatee mug. Well, it's not new. I got it in the aforementioned Brazil trip. And I just found out there's a leak in the side of it. So this is going to be retired very soon. There's a crack in the side of my manatee mug. It's a beautiful mug made by native people, of course. Probably not. It's definitely made in a factory. Sold at a gift shop in Brazil. But it's cool. Specifically, one second. I need to learn to not speak when I'm away from the mic. Specifically because I've eaten a manatee before, and this has caused some contention amongst viewers that I have consumed manatee flesh. I killed a manatee with my bare hands. No, I didn't. Basically, in Brazil, we were on this, like, I'll probably talk about this trip more because it's a very interesting trip. But we were staying at this native person's house in the jungle, and they served us manatee. They eat manatee. I don't know if they're legally allowed to kill manatee, but they did, and they had manatee meat, and that was for lunch. So either I don't eat or I eat the manatee, and I ate them. I was going to eat it anyway. It's not like I have some, like, if the manatee's already dead, I'm going to eat it. If you asked me, like, show of hands, who wants to murder this manatee right here and eat it, I would say no. But if you already did the murdering and then I showed up and like, hey, we have manatee, I would eat the manatee. I would probably do that for most animals, for the record. We killed, grandma just died, you know. No, I would not eat grandma. Wink. Maybe I would. But yeah, it tasted like pork. It was actually pretty good. So maybe compliments to the chef. I don't even know their name. If it was illegal, I couldn't possibly tell you how to get to this person's house. Didn't even remember their names. There's a whole family of people living in the woods. So I can't get them in trouble. I could tell stories about them murdering a million people. I couldn't possibly even recognize or find them. So I'm safe now. Brazilian government, don't question me. Don't torture me. But I think they said they ate dolphins as well. They just, literally anything in the river, if they're hungry, they'll just kill it. If I was swimming on the wrong side of the channel, they'd probably eat me. I'm not saying they're savages. They're very nice people. Very nice family people. But truly any animal, like, let's just eat it. Because why not, right? If you're hungry in the woods, there's a difference between, like, being in the city where you have all this food and then being in the woods where, like, you can't go to the grocery store. Like, you need to eat everything that you get. There's no roads. Like, I think to get to the town, they had to take a boat. It was like, to get back from that house to town was like 2 or 3 hours. A boat, then a car, then another boat. It was like, Jesus. So, I get it. They have to eat whatever they can get. And so they have a million dogs. I'm surprised they didn't eat dogs, honestly. There's so many dogs in Brazil, just like by their house. But I guess they're not. If you can eat the manatee instead of the dog, why not? It's like the dog is the highest on the food chain. Manatee's got to go first. But yeah, yeah, it's different over there. Like I mean, I guess it's just the city life versus like rural life. Like even in the rural parts of the United States, I don't know how many people are watching this from other countries, but like even in New York State, upstate New York is very different from New York City. New York City is a very small part of New York State, and then most of the rest of New York is very like country almost. It's like very like like I'm there's like a Twitter thread going around recently about Europeans versus there's always Europeans versus American stuff, which is I mean we're always right, the Americans. Europeans just think they're so cool. Well, we think we're pretty cool too. So I guess you guys would think that I would think I'm cool. That's part of your argument. But they're just saying like European countries are so much more different than American states, which is true and also not true at the same time. Like certainly the difference between New York and Connecticut, there's very little difference. Like there's some, but not really. But the difference between New York and like Louisiana, it's I honestly think it's like the same as the difference between France and Spain. Like it's truly so much different. It's basically another country. There's some part like I think it's more geographical regions, right? Like there's the South, that's like its own country. The Northeast is its own country. The Midwest, the big cities, kind of not so much. But like in upstate New York, it's the country, dude. There's some racist people up there. Not saying there's not racist people here. There's racist people everywhere. Long Island, especially, there's racist people. But up there, you drive around. There's some Confederate flags. Like, hey, you guys are in the North. You guys are never in the Confederacy. It's our history. No, it's not your history. You guys are the furthest possible. You have to travel like 20 hours to get to the Confederacy. Were you like a secret group? No, you weren't. You just racist. Just putting up the Confederate flag. So yeah, the most of upstate New York is like I guess we'll call it like Republican territory. So it's a lot different. So even the difference between New York and New York City is different. Imagine Louisiana or someplace where it's just the bayou, like straight up swamp. Like you're catching gators in the bayou. You're eating crawfish boils. They got different languages too. They speak, they're speaking Creole down there. Like that's basically a different country. That is basically a different country. So I mean, I get it. I think a lot of people just don't understand how big the United States is. And Europe is also very big. And Europe's kind of more weirdly shaped, I guess. Like I feel like the United States is a very cool shape. It's just like it's like a half circle with some like jutting things. Like Europe is like it's like a bunch of penises dropping down the bottom. We got the Greek penis, the Italian penis just shooting out, stabbing into Africa. As they did. That's probably why they invaded Africa. Because it was just like, we're already stabbing into you. We're already impregnating you, little Italy. Italy was, what did Italy do? Italy was in, I forgot what country Italy colonized. I forgot which one. But I know, maybe Ethiopia, was it? I forgot. I know they were bad. They were not as good as the other countries at destroying cultures. They were not as good as enslaving people, which I guess if you're gonna enslave people, you might as well be good at it. But they were kind of bad, so that's embarrassing to enslave people and be bad at it. Man, Italians suck. I pity it. Anyone who's Italian, I pity. But yeah, there's like certainly like some Eastern European country, like I'm gonna say a country that doesn't exist, probably like Yugoslavia. Is that even a country anymore? I don't know. But like Croatia versus the Netherlands, sure it's very different. But like New York versus Mississippi, crazy difference. New York City versus Mississippi, that's two different countries. I think there's more similarities between London and New York than, New York and. Well, I guess that's probably true. It's just England is our previous country. So I'm not really saying much. It sounds like I'm saying much. Basically, I'm just trying to sound smart. Just saying things that are so obvious. The sky is a shade of blue. In case you guys were unaware, man, I'm killing it today. In case you guys are underwear, okay. Let's talk about some current events. Subway called an emergency meeting, according to the internet. Things are not going well for Subway, probably because they have not hired me as their official spokesperson yet. I'm waiting, Subway. I honestly think I could do a hell of a good Subway commercial. First of all, everyone's complaining, oh, the sandwiches are too expensive. Guys, yeah, they are. But I still think they're good. There's always the debate, like, Subway was good because it was worse quality and it was really cheap. I don't think the quality's that bad. It tastes fucking good. You walk into a Subway, you get hit with that smell. You're like, this is about to be the best sandwich I've ever had. Whatever the other one, Slim Jim, Jimmy John's. I don't even know the name. Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's. There's always some fat Italian guy who started a sandwich chain. Sloppy Joe, sweaty meats. No one wants those sandwiches, guys. I know you're all going to complain. Those are not good. Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's. I don't think I've had a good sandwich from them ever. They're too proper. They're too fresh. Is the problem? They don't excite you. It's just like, oh, this is a regular sandwich. These are good quality cold cuts, but there's not enough elbow grease. It's not enough disturbances. They don't squirt like pounds of sauce. They don't. It's not dripping with sauce. It doesn't have bread that's not categorized as bread in 50 different countries. It doesn't have cake as bread, so it's just not as good. Subway hits the spot every time. I'm an ardent Subway supporter, except for the Subway sidekicks. Those things fucking suck. The Subway footlong cookie and whatever that stuff's garbage. But in general, except Subway, every time I've been to Subway recently, let's just go on a Subway rant. They've been hiding the meats. They added like a meat shield. That's why your stock is going. That's why no one's going, because you can't even see the fucking meat anymore. You gotta just tell them they have a giant meat shield. What are you doing back there? What do you guys have to hide that you didn't have to hide before? Every Subway has a meat shield now. I gotta ask someone. I gotta get in with the Subway and just be like, hey, yo, what's with this? I don't know. There's like alien meat they're cutting up. So the meat tastes the same to me because I always get the salami and pepperoni, but there's no reason to do that. Like no one was like breaking through the glass to access the meats. You don't need a shield. You don't need an industrial barrier in front of the meats and cheese. Something suspicious going on. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. They're gonna cover up the vegetables next. They can't see anything. What's the point of going to Subway? You can't see shit laid out. So yeah, they're calling it meat. I think sales are down maybe 10%. I just remember seeing a bunch of commercials with like athletes like Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes and was it Russell Wilson. There's some shitty commercials, guys. People want to see a disturbing individual eating Subway. They want to see a deranged. If there was a deranged Subway man commercial, aka me, you guys would sell thousands of sandwiches. There'd be lines out the door. And you just lower the prices a little bit. I understand there's like how are you making money on a $5 footlong? I have no idea. How is that even physically possible? I don't know. Like 10 cents a sandwich. But those are the good old days. Like even $9 for a sandwich for Subway, that's a good deal. It's not that expensive. I don't know, man. It's just I'll continue to go there. I go there maybe I got a $50 Subway gift card for my birthday. It blew through that. It was like a kid with a Make-A-Wish. Like honestly, if I had cancer, I would get a Make-A-Wish. Just Subway all-inclusive experience. Is there a Subway headquarters? Just meet Jared himself, and then they keep him locked in a box in the Subway headquarters. They prod him. They try to extract the magic that he had to make Subway good. Jared really killed Subway, honestly. And I'm saying, like, I would be a better spokesperson. I just wouldn't follow in Jared's footsteps. Him and that other dude. I think I watched the video on it. Him and that one other dude were just both. They were both pedophiles together. They were like working in a pedophile team. It was like crazy. So not a pedophile myself, and I certainly don't have a team of pedophiles waiting to overthrow Subway. We just need to take over a sandwich chain, and then we can extract the children. But no, I don't plan on doing any of that. I'm sure if you interviewed Jared beforehand, he would have said the same thing as me. The thing is about pedophiles, you can't just ask them if they're a pedophile. They're not going to be like, yes, but I'm not a pedophile. You have that on record. But I would love to be a Subway spokesperson, and they would pay me handsomely. They probably pay some consulting firm millions of dollars just to be like, oh, you need to target 12-year-olds more with your pitch. You need to target elderly people. So just target me and I'll just make a cool ad. I'll make an amazing ad for you, Subway. Whatever. They're not going to listen to this. They're going to fall. If Subway goes bankrupt, I'm going to be pretty sad. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to be like, I told you so. Because why didn't you hire me as your spokesperson? You lost to Slim Jimmy's. You lost to Quiznos is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I would if Quiznos can take over Subway's market share. That'd be Quiznos is the proper blend between a disturbing sandwich like Subway and good quality. They know how to make it work. So Quiznos is good, but Jimmy John's no. Jersey Mike's I don't know. Firehouse. There's too many subs. Blimpies. I don't even know what the fuck half these things are. I'm sure they're all fine. Every time I've had them, I think I'm thinking of Jersey Mike's. Just like what is this? What is this? Um, but yeah, I'm wearing flip flops right now. Hard pivot from Subway to flip flops, and I always hear some flip flop hate. I'm wearing flip flops with socks, by the way, which I can understand the hate, but go fuck yourself. This is what a real man looks like. Let me hold it up to the camera. This is what a real man looks like, guys. If you haven't seen masculinity in the wild, this is what a real man looks like. It's comfortable. Basically, when I put my socks on for the day, I don't want to take them off, but I want to wear flip flops in my house because I like walking around with shoes. I don't like being barefoot or having my sock just touch the floor. I don't want like my like sometimes I'll look at the bottom of someone's sock and it looks like a fucking pirate treasure map. Just trying to read dirt lines, read tea leaves. So I don't want my feet to look like that. Not that my floors are that dirty. I clean them, but still, I like having shoes. So I wear flip flops, and I used to wear them outside, but I stopped doing that. I think I wore the flip flops going to the beach a few months ago, and I had to walk through Manhattan, and I was like, this is disgusting. I had to go in the subway with flip flops. Like, there could be mice nibbling at my toes. There could be people nibbling at my toes. There's some weird ass people in the subway. So I was like, yeah, this is not great. I'm not doing that. But I will wear them on the beach. Like, I'll wear flip flops. I'm going on vacation, like I said, this week to upstate New York. I'm going to wear flip flops probably all the time. No need to put real shoes on. I'm going to the beach. I'm going to the pool. Just lounging around. If you guys have a problem with men wearing flip flops, take a look at yourself. Look in the mirror. Realize that you're devoid of joy. That you're maybe. I think honestly, a lot of people got beaten with flip flops when they were younger. Mom whipped out the chanclas and started beating, and you were like, "Whoa, man can't do that. I don't want to see a flip flop." It's trauma within you, not within me. So I can wear my flip flops and socks, and I might honestly. I think I could wear them outside and start a fashion statement. If I looked fly as hell, like I had the craziest clothes, everyone agreed, and then I just put on flip flops and socks, it would change people's mind. They'd be like, "That guy knows how to dress." I'm not saying I can pull any of the other stuff off. First, I have to be a well dressed individual, which I think I am most of the time. But right now, I just have a shirt and pants on. Nothing crazy. But I think I could convert a lot of people. All it takes is a vision. Once you see the vision, you're like, damn. It's like a Tony. I feel like Tony Soprano would wear flops, socks and flip flops. Honestly, he'd be the exact guy to yell at someone for doing that. Like what I've never seen The Sopranos, but I know in one episode he's like, "Take your hat off" to some guy. Hey, what's back? Take your fucking hat off. I know he would wear socks and flip flops. I know he would. In my mind, I know he would. But then if he saw someone else, he'd be like, "That fucking jack off." But he would. So hypocritical from Tony, but it's just such a comfortable elite. Like my toes are definitely permanently damaged because of TikTok use or flip flop use. Jesus Christ. Some part of my body is definitely permanently damaged from TikTok use. That's for sure. My brain is altered. But my toes, like there's a gap in my toes from flip flop use. It just slowly drives a wedge into your foot. I'm walking around like a duck. I honestly have like opposable thumb feet at this point. I'm a superhuman because of my flip flop use. I can like peel an apple with my foot. So yeah, I just want to. I have multiple pairs of flip flops too. At my parents' house, I have some. Here I have some. I usually buy another pair so that when this one breaks, which it does sometimes, I can just quickly slip into the next one. Like I want there to be zero downtime with me wearing flip flops. If I don't have a backup to the backup to the backup, I'm doing something wrong. I am doing something wrong. Last week I talked about that guy that messaged me asking if I ever did porn or get asked to do porn. And I think I forgot to talk about the Instagram porn bots that are always in my DM. Maybe I did touch on it a little bit. But they are... It's every morning I wake up. It is... I feel like I did. I'm like having amnesia. Every morning I wake up and it is just 20, 30 messages of Instagram porn bots. And I don't know, like I can't get rid of them. And now recently someone, I always go because I want to delete the messages because I want to be able to see if someone sends me an actual message. Because sometimes people do send me something that's useful and I'll read. I usually read all my messages, like I said. And now some people, they might hear this and they're like, yes, it's working. They added me to a group chat. They added me, a bunch of their friends. It's like a friends chatting in a group chat, but they just added me. And they added the guy that, the guy that reviews music, whatever that guy, the album dude, Anthony Fantano, I think his name is, right? It's just, so I just opened the group chat. It's in my hidden request, so I don't think they see that I'm opening it, but I'm looking at it. And it's just me, him, and then a bunch of kids just chatting. And I keep deleting it, and it doesn't go away. Like it's always in my hidden folder because they keep sending more messages. So how do I get rid of that? How do I get like there's a button that says leave, but I don't want to click leave, and then they know that I acknowledge that that was there. So these kids have trapped me. I get with the fucking kids. I'm like an old man yelling at his lawn. These damn kids. I don't know what they're chatting about. I'm not reading their messages. I couldn't follow if I tried, but it's just me and this other dude. I'm sure he does. He probably gets way more messages than I do. It's just me and them, and every morning I'm going to delete these messages. I see. I'm like, Jesus, it's clogging up my spot, dude. Clogging up my spot. Okay, so I might click leave and see what happens. I might join. Maybe I'll join the group chat and be like, "Hey guys, what's up?" But it might actually be children. But so I'm not gonna do that. That'd be weird. But yeah, the porn bots and the things they say. If you click on one of them, sorry, I had to clear my nose. If you click on one of these porn, like, who's falling for it? I don't get who's falling for it. The one message I remember, which like I cracked me up, was like it's always just a picture of a hot woman, and the message was, I want to sweat with small penis boy. That was her message to me. That was her outreach message. I want to sweat with a small penis boy, and that's supposed to lure me in. Like, oh yes, I am the small penis boy in question. I would love to sweat with you. And like it's just like whatever language they created that message in, it's just been auto translated so many times. Just Google translated to English, to this, to that, back to English. It was probably originally like, I want to fall in love with man with large strapping body. And that somehow becomes, I want to sweat with small penis boy. But it's just like, how does, like, I feel like they've tested these lines. They have to work at some point. That worked on someone. I want to sweat with small penis boy worked on somebody. And they were like, you know what? It's my calling. No one's ever wanted to sweat with me, and now it's like not even sex. Just I want to sweat with you. So once I saw that was, I think I screenshotted it. So I just love that message, but some of them are cool. But they have to be getting some. It's always, it's group chats too. It's the way they do it is weird. Maybe that's how they get around a certain thing, because like it's always a group chat, and sometimes I'll click on it just to like see what the message is, just to see what's going on, see if there's any real people offering their small penis boy sweat endeavors, and it'll be the same thing. It'll be like a group chat. No one responding except for the porn bot. And then it'll be me and then like another verified user that I also follow. So maybe there's more than that, but it'll be like me and like, I think one time I was like, oh, Nate Bargatze, another comedian. It's like me and him and this porn bot and then a bunch of other people just in the same group chat. Like, yo, let's get together and sweat. Wait, you're a small penis boy too? That's crazy. Let's get together. I can't believe we got this exclusive offer together. So it's kind of insane. But yeah, some of the girls look great. I mean, they're not real, but you know, sometimes like, wow, I wish she was in my DMs. I'm sure we all do. I'm sure we all wish these actual people were real human beings just falling in love with you in your messages, but that's not how it works. So yeah, they clog up my inbox, but I don't really get that many messages anymore, so it doesn't bother me really. Spam emails are worse. There's so many spam, but it's not porn. It's just like, we have this product. They're always like, we're such a big fan of your work. Insert username. Matt Lipari Comedy, we are such a big fan of your work. We love to sponsor you with some beauty products because we know how much you love using mascara on your face. Half of my offers are just beauty products, which I am a beautiful man, so I get it. But they're like, we're offering you high commission, 10 to 20% on every single product you sell. That's all the offers I get. I don't get real brand deals, rarely. I'll just get commission on crappy products or commission on some good products sometimes, but I'm like, guys, I need money, and like I'll do money and commission, but it's tough. So the idea that all these creators are getting all these thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in brand deals, some of us are not. I think a lot of people in my boat that we do kind of similar stuff, we don't get much. It's just how it works. I don't get many offers in my message, and I've talked to other creators too, and no one really knows what to do. Like I remember one guy I know, I'm not gonna say his name, but just like his suggestion was like, just make sure your email is in your bio. Like guys, I've had that since day one. It's like, if that's your edge that you think you're getting to get these deals, then I can't do anything because, you know, I have my email in my bio. I don't get any messages. I reach out to people. Rarely do I get a good response. It's tough, but it's fine. This is the comedy style I've chosen. I enjoy doing this more so than like, I'm not going to say selling out, but just doing something that's a little bit more safe, which I think I would get more brand deals. But You can't say the word retarded if you're doing brand deals. I'm so sorry. That's not allowed. That is not allowed. But it's all good. No complaints. Just get to sit here with my half broken microphone. Maybe if I got brand deals, this microphone would be working. Maybe it would, but it's okay. My sock is now out of the flip flop in the bare air. Um, I saw this couple the other day. I was going to Brooklyn, and it was like maybe 6 or 7 o'clock, and they were just making out in the subway station. And I realized that I'm a big fan of PDA. I'm not okay. I worded that wrong, as if I was like touching myself watching them. I'm saying when I do it, like I enjoy PDA, but I realize at a certain point it's too early for PDA. I think PDA, public displays of affection, if you didn't know, aka kissing, touching in public. Um, I do it. Some people are uncomfortable with it. I don't really care. But I think if like at 5 p.m. when there's people around, I would be like, okay, guys, let's save it. You can't be that excited at 5 p.m. It's not possible. So they were getting a little too handsy, and it was a little too early. I think in my mind, a good time is like 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, after 9 o'clock, I'm okay with PDA. Make out all you want. Go to town in front of me on the subway tracks. Do whatever you got to do. 8:59, better not see those lips. I'm gonna puke. Disgusting. So yeah, but yeah, I'm certainly, I think more often than not, if I'm attempting to kiss someone not against, if I'm forcibly attempting to kiss someone, um, they're usually like, no, I don't like PDA. But at those times, it's like late at night. It's past my cutoff time, so it's perfectly fine in my mind. Especially if there's no one around. Like, what's the problem, guys? We're just kissing in public. I would kiss you in a private spot. We don't have a private spot, so let's just kiss right here. Let's just do it right now. Um, I don't like the way this conversation is going. Just saying, there's a cutoff time. Um, in Alaska or someplace where lighting is variable, like it's daylight for like 20 hours a day. I don't know. I think it's uncomfortable all day. But then the flip side, when it's the other season and it's 20 hours of nighttime, PDA all day. Be making out at 9 a.m. Just enjoying life in Alaska. That sounds great. Do it. So yeah, no PDA, guys. If I see you kissing, and I know that you're a fan of mine, it was actually on a train. Someone in my live the other day was like, Matt, I've seen you on the L train a bunch of times. I just don't want to say hi to you. And I was like, what the heck? That's kind of scary knowing someone's watching me, and they know it's me, and they're not gonna say hi to me. But like I don't know who they are, so like it's in my best interest to figure out who they are so I can reverse it on them. So now I got to do like a Liam Neeson and Taken type discovery of this person to try to figure out who's spying on me. I think that happens. Sometimes I'll see someone, and I think it's just like me thinking I'm cooler than I am. I'll see someone like double take and look at me, then they don't say anything, and I'm like, they know who I am. They've seen me before, but they don't care. Like they don't. I've seen people that I know all the time, or that I've seen on TikTok, and I don't say hi to them. I see random people, and I'm like, oh, I know that guy. I don't say hi to them, so I get it. I would say hi to someone I really like. If it was someone I was a big fan of, I would say hi. But like me, like people don't care about me. I'm just a guy. It's like, oh, if they were next to me in like an elevator, they might be like, hey, you're that guy. But walking down the street, the second you know it's me, I'm gone already. But yeah, that's the train where I saw the PDA. So perhaps she was the one doing the PDA, or perhaps she was also watching She was watching me watch the PDA. She was watching me watch the PDA. Think of this idea, write it down. She was like, I'm gonna listen to that on the podcast. She might be watching me make this thing right now. I have a window right there that's slightly open. I don't know if I can see anyone. Could be this girl, just staring at me always. I'll have no idea. She could have been watching me sleep last night. Questionable. This water in this manatee mug is pretty good. It's just dwindling. It's slowly dripping. I'm gonna need to buy another mug. That really sucks. Okay, I have a philosophical question here. Not really. It's not philosophical at all. Actually, it's a very practical question. It's about banks. I don't understand banks. I don't understand how this system exists at all. This is a larger question. When you have a bank, right, a bank account, you have a routing number and account number. That's all you have. You have checks with your routing number and account number. That's all you need to access your money. Like I just paid off part of my Con Edison bill, which, if you'll remember, they're charging me $8 trillion, and we're working through it. But I paid a partial amount. I paid what I think I owe, basically, at the recommendation of the person I'm working with at Con Edison. So I paid a portion. All they made me do was put in my account number and routing number, and that was it. They were like, "Okay, you paid us $500." Um, that number, that routing number and account number is on every check. If I give someone a check, they have my entire bank account. I don't understand how this works at all. You can just steal, like, the account number and the routing number are sensitive. When you go on your banking portal on the website and you click it, it's like enter your password to reveal your account number. But then when I give someone a check, they just have it. They have both of those numbers. How does that make any sense? That makes no. Am I stupid? Like, what am I getting wrong here? I don't understand how this works. So let's say I pay Jim Bob the Third with my check. He can just steal my money. He just be like, oh, I have your account now. I have all the information I need. Is that not true? I just don't get it. I truly don't get how this works. Like, there needs to be, like, it's the same with Social Security number. It's just a number. It's a chronological number that you get when you're born. Like, I have a twin brother. His Social Security number is one after mine. That might be dangerous because now if you steal his, you know mine. And if you know mine, you know his. But you guys could figure that anyway. He was born right after me. It's one after mine. So everyone's, you just keep adding one. You get every single human. I guess it's important to know which human belongs to which one, or else it's kind of just a number. But like that number, if someone just gets it, like they just have your identity. They can do so much with that number. They have your address. They have that. I don't get it. This whole system is, it was made for like whenever Social Security came out, the 30s or whatever. I don't know. The system is so stupid. It's just not made for the modern era. Like, honestly, I think we should sue the United States government for this bullshit for giving us Social Security numbers that are so bad, that just don't make any sense. The whole system is so stupid. I mean, the overhaul would probably be a lot of work, but just like my number, like, oh my God, you gotta hide your number, but then everyone needs it too. Like, when you're applying to rent a place, like, give us your Social Security number, give us every single piece of information. I don't know this real estate agent. I don't know who the fucking guy is. Some random dude I met. He was eating a crusty bagel with cream cheese, talking about how nice the tile in the bathroom is. Now I gotta give him my Social Security number? What the heck is this? I'm sure he's like bound by law to keep it safe, but I don't know this man. Now he's got everything. I just gotta give this information out and then hope that my identity doesn't get stolen and someone takes out 85 loans in my name, ruins my credit score, and ruins my life. Because I wanted to dare apply for something. It's crazy. So I think, honestly, if I had the means, if I had the money, this is going to sound so stupid, I would sue the United States government. If I was Bill Gates, I would just sue the U.S. government for creating Social Security numbers. I would sue I guess banks all do the same thing. Whatever the banking system is, sue them. Suing for fun is, honestly, would probably be fun. If I had enough money just to sue, like, you insult me, I'll just sue you. You don't like the color of my shirt? Lawsuit. See you in court. You don't like the way I look today? You don't like the way I smell? I haven't taken a shower in weeks. You don't like the way I smell? Sue you. I have $1 billion. Sue you. Your family's in ruins because you don't like the way I smell. Because you dare to close your nose when I walk into the elevator. You're getting sued. I think it actually might be illegal to sue someone for fun in New York. I'm not sure. I forgot the rules. How do they even know if it's for fun? It's for a valid reason. Defamation. You told me I smelled bad. But yeah, just like, I mean, lawyers make way too much money. Or, I don't know about way too much, but they make a lot of money. An hourly billing rate, but if I had all this money, a portion of my income every year just set aside to suing for fun. Honestly, I think it would be great. Suing for, because that's what Donald Trump did, honestly. Not for fun, but just like, you amass a whole bunch of lawyers. This is his MO. You amass a whole bunch of lawyers, and then you're doing work, doing construction. Let's just sue people instead of paying them. Let's just sue them. We're paying the lawyers anyway. Let's just sue people. We don't have to pay them. They're going to give up. We don't have to pay them. And we got the work done. Rinse and repeat. You have enough lawyers, it's just an army. The legal system can be abused if you don't have enough money, or if you have a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess you can't sue the U.S. government. The U.S. government has infinite money. So that would be a hard case. But like suing Bob down the street, I could sue him to oblivion. I could probably steal so many people's stuff just suing them. They can't fight the lawyer, or they can't pay for their own lawyers. I guess, what happens if you sue someone and they can't afford a lawyer? I don't even know what happens. Do they get like a public defendant, and then if the case is so ridiculous, they just win anyway? I have no clue. I gotta figure that out. I gotta sue someone. I think I gotta do it and get back to you. Someone insult me so I can sue them. Um, Let me take another sip. I might have to refill my water soon, guys. It's 2024. I'm so glad that that going on Zoom is over. When I used to have a job many years ago, almost 3 years ago at this point, which is crazy, I quit my job in November of 2021. Very happy day for me. Not that I hated my job, but was happy to be unemployed. Going on Zoom was truly made me a worse person. I think. I think it made all of us a worse person. It is just a form of communication that is so bad, so unnatural. You have like 10 people trying to talk to each other, but like there's a delay. So by the time I've already started talking, someone else could have already started talking. There's just periods of silence that last way too long because we're all like not sure if someone else talking. That causes me not to speak. Like at my company, I barely said anything. In like multiple person Zoom meetings, I was like, I can't speak. It's just like a social anxiety thing. Like I can't say words right now. Like it's very hard for me to interject into this conversation. One on one, it was fine because it's like very clear when the other person's done talking. But just in general, I was so happy. Like even when I would go on Zoom meetings afterwards for other stuff, which was very rare, I would still feel a little bit of like the PTSD from the workplace. I'm like, shit, I remember this. I don't want to be here. I can't do this. Like shaking in my chair. Oh no. Unmute, unmute. But yeah, I would have therapy sessions on Zoom. That was fine. That was one on one. That was good. Like I'd rather not leave my house for something I can just do online. But yeah, the multi-person Zoom, oh, it's just so bad. So bad. And I was never like I did Zoom comedy, like Zoom open mics was a big thing during the pandemic because the comedy clubs were all kind of shut down. I guess I didn't look into it much, but I'm pretty sure all of them were like mostly shut down in the beginning. But Zoom open mics were a special kind of just weird. It was people would have their mics off. You can't even hear them laughing, right? That's the whole point of telling comedy, to hear people laughing, and then you can't hear them. So you're talking into your microphone. It's like me talking right now. Like, how do I get feedback? I can only get feedback on my jokes when they're done, or when you guys have listened. That makes no sense. When I've said them, which is exactly the opposite of what I said, I can only get feedback when you guys have watched the video and be like, oh, that was funny, which is like this is going to be uploaded like weeks later. So it was kind of awful. So Zoom overall is just like the degradation of society. Google Meet as well, whatever. They're all the same thing. Just, I think detoxing from that was a godsend. Truly was amazing. And I might still have PTSD. I've been unemployed for longer than I've been employed. I might still just like start shaking, start finger fidgeting over the mute button. That was bad. I don't know why that came to me. Okay, I want to talk about my childhood making arts and crafts. I think last week I talked about what age kids should get phones, and I just remember not playing. Like it was more fun to go on YouTube, which I guess I did have my computer. Just like Google. Like I remember making a lot of paper guns when I was younger. They didn't work. They weren't like actual. I wasn't like 3D printing like actual weapons. They were just like guns that were made of paper. And then some of them, there was actually one we made, my brother and I made like out of these like skewers, like roasting skewers, with like rubber band that we can actually fire like wooden roasting skewers with this gun. And I think we almost killed our sister with it. It sounds funny. It's not really that funny. Well, we almost stabbed her with it. We were just like shooting it, and then like one like run right. She was sitting in a chair and went like. Pachoo. So that was dangerous, but it's fun. It's fun to make weapons, like arts and crafts. Like I think if you can get boys to do arts and crafts, if you lead them towards the weapon angle. If you lead them towards weapons of mass destructions via paper and origami, they will be more inclined to do creative pursuits. I was also stabbed. Oh, this is a good story related. I guess it's karma because I was once stabbed in the leg with a marshmallow roasting stick. It was at the place I'm actually going on vacation this week, so perfect timing. My young friend, maybe I was 13. He's a few years younger, so maybe he was 11 or something. Let's say that, or 10 or 11. He was just like launching a marshmallow roasting stick with a rubber band, and he was just like flinging it around. And I was sitting on the porch. It was like a log cabin. I was sitting on the porch, and he flung it at my direction accidentally, and it embedded itself in my leg. It's as if I got shot by a bow and arrow. I was just sitting there minding my own business, and then just in my left, what is this, my calf? And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, am I getting like the French and Indian War just restarted? Like, Jesus. So I just pull it out. Like, the natural reaction, I just go, bloop. It starts bleeding. It wasn't that deep. Maybe it went in like an inch, and it didn't hit any. It just hit muscle. So it didn't hit like my artery where it bled out slowly. So he like ran over. He's like, "Oh my God, like Jesus Christ!" I pull it out. We just put a band-aid on it. That's how we fix it. There was a skewer embedded in my leg. Let's just put a band-aid on it. That'll fix it right up. So I was attacked. That was the most I've ever been stabbed, I guess. And to think about it, like if it was any other spot, I could have honestly died. Like if it hit my chest, my lung or something, like my I don't know if it would have pierced my heart, like the sternum. I don't think it would have, but like hit my kidney or something. Like it could have seriously fucked me up. It went into my eye. Like it could have fucked me up. So I'm very blessed that I got stabbed in the leg. Um, but yeah. So then I think maybe fast forward to the skewer gun incident. Karma. Well, I guess it's not karma for me. That makes no sense. Like I almost die, so then my sister almost dies as as revenge. That's not how that works. I don't know what karma is. But yeah, no, making paper thing. We make like paper planes too, like giant ones, and try to fly them. Just like these massive paper. It was just fun. Just YouTube in those old days. I'm sure those videos still exist. Just like making arts and crafts that were so weird. Like there was people make. I remember watching the being in awe of these people making paper guns that actually fired paper bullets. Like they were made of like paper that was so hard. I'm gonna watch them after that. I have so much nostalgia. I'm gonna be on a paper gun binge after I film this. Let's finish this episode up so I can make some paper guns. But it was like they would press paper together so like hardly. Like I don't know. That's not the word. So just like with so much force that it would bind together with this glue, it'd become like rock solid. And they'd make these guns that were like so cool, and they looked so cool. And I was like a young kid, so I couldn't design. I wasn't that skilled with my hands. I was skilled in my hands with other stuff. About that time, I figured out that I could touch myself and pleasure myself, but I couldn't mold the paper to what I wanted. Couldn't make those paper penises. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was a good time. So I remember spending a lot of time doing that as a kid, which I'm sure kids do now. Like my cousin, who's I would say might be considered an iPad kid sometimes. She used to be a lot more. She loves making slime, right? Or she did. And that's like kind of like the same thing, like just slime making kits and mix. I remember making slime when I was younger with like borax or whatever. I don't even know, or laundry detergent. That's fun. So I think all kids like doing that. There's something to be said about physical work. The iPad can't do everything. So I think there's a lot of doom and gloom, but you give a kid a toy gun, a paper gun tutorial online. You give a kid a nuclear bomb making tutorial, a Peppa Pig nuclear bomb making tutorial. She'll get right to it. She'll have some good times. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, literally, I'm gonna watch those videos after this. There's so much nostalgia. You guys are gonna see me flashing a paper gun in the next episode. Like, come into this place. You know what's gonna happen to you. Shooting skewers at your face, bitch. Yeah, those are the good old days. I need to figure out how to transition between topics better. Like I'm just writing down things throughout the week that interest me, and that's like they don't make sense. Like we go from talking about making paper guns, paper Glocks, to me just talking about food that I like to eat at a night out. Like when I'm drunk, what food do I like to eat? Not related at all. Like if you like paper, that reminds me of the paper that wraps around a McDonald's hamburger. No, I hate hamburgers. I hope hamburgers all die. What food do I like to eat when I'm drunk? The answer is no food. I like to go to sleep hungry when I'm drunk. That is the truth. But if I do have to eat a food, probably pizza. Pizza's always good. When I went to Canada last year, I had poutine in Canada, and I don't know how to describe how much it hit after being drunk, but that was insane. That might have been the best. Like truly, I don't know. It shouldn't even be that good. It was like a poutine shack on the edge of. It's like everyone was lining up at like, whatever, 1 a.m. just to get this poutine, and it was just so ridiculous. It was probably like 85,000 calories, just so rich. I don't even remember what it tastes like. I just remember sitting there being like, "Fuck, that's so good." It hit harder than any pizza. It hit harder than I don't even like halal food or just like I don't even know what I get, like a hot dog. I just usually don't eat. I'll be drunk and I'll just go home and go to sleep. I've already done enough damage to my body. I don't need to drown it in poutine. But in Canada, I did it 2 nights in a row. They both hit. Like the first night, led into the second night. It's like, I need that again. I need that again. That was crazy. So honestly, someone needs to open up. Oh, that's a good idea. I could become rich just making a poutine shop here. Because I'm telling you, like, I'm an American. I don't have. I have no allegiances to poutine. I have no allegiances to Canada. I was actively in my mind. I was like, I want to hate this, and I ate it. It was so good. It just like fills every crack inside of you. Just like I think if your dad left when you were younger, you have poutine. It's fine. No more trauma. Poutine is your father now. Poutine can take care of you. Poutine sounds like some like big black guy that can just. I don't know why I made him black, but just in my mind, I'm like the dad, like the uncle in Fresh Prince of Bel Air. For some reason, he's Poutine in my mind. This feels slightly racist. What I'm saying, he just hug like Poutine is just like this overwhelming hug, just this big brother figure. Just Poutine, Poutine, make your life better. Poutine is so good. So yeah, if anyone knows, I'm gonna look it up. I need to write down things that I need to do. I need to watch Paper Gun making videos. I need to make some weapons. I need to get some poutine. I need the government to track me, and then they're like, oh, he's eating poutine. He's a normal guy. No one who's going to commit a terrorist act would be eating poutine right before that. It's a waste. You need to let it sit in your body for a while. You need to let your stomach absorb the nutrients, which there's probably no nutrients. What is it? Gravy, fries, and cheese? It's like the worst possible combination of food. It's an artery clogger. Like if you're having trouble shitting, or the opposite, if you're shitting too much, it's the runniest shit. Poutine will clog it right up. Hoover Dam that bitch. You ain't shitting for weeks. I don't think I shat on that trip. I'm gonna be honest. I actually don't think I shat. I threw up for sure. I probably threw up the poutine, sadly, but I don't think I shat. So it did its job. Amen to that. It did its job. I guess if you're throwing up, you don't need to poop. Is that how it works? It's just, it comes at one end or the other. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't make the rules, guys. Okay, last. I don't know. I feel like this is a short episode. Last topic. We're talking about washing sheets. This is a big point of contention amongst my viewers, amongst me. Okay, I take a shower every night before I go to sleep. For some of you, that makes a difference. For some of you, that doesn't. For me, it makes a huge difference. If I'm getting under my sheets, if anyone is getting under the sheets of my bed, they need to have taken a shower. Or I need them to have taken a shower in order to keep the cleanliness of the bed at a peak. The bed needs to be clean, sweat-free, outside germ-free. The inside of the bed. The outside of the bed, whatever. You can sit on the outside of the bed without having taken a shower. That's fine. But the inside of the bed, for me, has to be clean. Therefore, are you ready for this? I historically have only washed my sheets once a season. Once a season. Not once a week, which I think is, you people are insane if you do that. Unless you don't take a shower before you sleep, but we'll get to it. Not once a month, which once a month is fine. I could see myself doing that. Once a season. Now, if I think my sheets are dirty, that changes. The season mark is just when I'm like, okay, I'm going to wash my sheets. But I will wash them. If something happens, I'll wash them. It's not like I force myself not to wash them unless that happens. But the season mark, once the season mark hits, washing the sheets. The sheets don't smell bad. So I was in my TikTok live and everyone was like, you smell like salami, you smell like dirt. I know you're disgusting. Guys, the sheets don't smell bad. If they smell bad, I'm a clean person. Whether you believe it or not, this apartment is very clean. I'm sure you could see it from there. Like, clean people have plants. Dirty people don't have plants. This is not a frat boys apartment, right? There's not disgusting things on the floor. I'm a clean man. I like to be clean. I like to smell good. My bed does not smell bad. It smells fresh. Up until that last moment, smells fresh. It's not, my bed's not yellowing. Someone said their bed had like a yellow stain on it. I'm not a crime scene. There's not an outline of tape on my bed. We're just disgusting body fluids. So you could argue that I sweat during the night, whatever. I have an AC in my room right next to my bed. Keeps the room locked at 66 or 68 degrees. I don't sweat. If it's too hot and I'm feeling too hot, I make it lower. So I don't sweat. So I have created the perfect environment where I'm not sweating. I have no dirt because I just took a shower. Everything's beautiful. Why do I need to wash it that often? If you want to argue once a month, fine. I would say once. What is once a season? Once every 3 months. Okay. When you put it like that, it sounds worse. But yeah, I don't think it's that bad. But if you don't take a shower every night before you go to sleep, that's pretty bad. Right? Like, you're bringing in outside dirt. You're bringing in disgusting fluids from the street dust, dirt, disgusting, whatever, you're bringing that in. So I will continue to argue with that. People will continue to yell at me. I don't really care. I'm gonna keep doing it. I might also a difference is if I had a washing machine, I would do it more often. I don't have a washing machine. Okay, I have to go to the laundromat around the block, and I don't know. Like when I had to wash my comforter recently, it was $25 to wash my comforter. My comforter costs maybe $100. So would I wash that 4 times, and I could just buy a new comforter. I could get a brand new comforter. So like the economics don't make sense. If I had like a down comforter that was worth hundreds of dollars, sure, but that's like I had another comforter that I bought on Amazon. I bought that too. I'm pretty sure it was less than $20 to buy. They charged me $20 to clean it. I was like, what the fuck is the point? I guess conserving resources, but economically it doesn't make much sense. So comforter is more expensive, but I'm saying I think I have to see if they'll do the sheets as part of the rest of the batch. I think there's a thing in the bottom. It's like extra charge for extra blanket, like an extra $15. I'm not paying $15 to wash my sheets every time. You know how insane that is? Again, I can just buy new sheets for that price. So it's more of the economics of it, and I just got to figure that out. I could wash it myself, I guess, but I don't want to sit at the laundromat all day, guys, just washing my sheets. Every week, especially, I'm not doing that. No way. So you guys can yell at me, whatever. You can say I smell bad. If I do smell, I'm very conscious of how I smell. So if I do smell bad, please yell at me, call me names. Stinky boy. We got a stinky boy, New York stinky boy. But I do not think I smell bad. I know I don't smell bad. I wash my showers are beautiful. I clean every inch of my body, my butt crack especially, getting deep in there. I am clean. I think it's a reflection on your dirtiness to make fun of me for not washing my sheets. Once again, look in the mirror, guys. Once again, it's the same with the flip flops. Same people. It's the same people yelling at me for the flip flops and the sheets. You guys just live on a different side of life. How the other half lives. You guys think you're all that? You're special something. You're not. You ain't nothing. You ain't fucking nothing. So I'm gonna keep doing this, and I think the pillowcases. I could wash the pillowcases more often. I'll give you guys that. Pillowcases is different because I do put conditioner in my hair. It might like soak into the pillow, like the oils from my face. Blah blah. I get that. That one, you're right, and they won't charge me for that. So pillowcases I can do. Actually, that's a good point. I might. It's this. I might have to go to a different laundromat honestly because they have a sign on the side with like different items. Like pillowcases are like $5 each. How is a pillowcase different than any other clothing? Just wash the pillowcase with the clothes. It's the same thing. I don't get it. So I don't know. I have to see that because I don't know. I have to ask them. But I think I might just throw them in there and then see what happens. Just to try to get away with it. But yeah, I'm holding strong. I'm holding strong with some things. You guys can fight me on them if you want. I don't really care. That is it. Oh shit! I almost just broke everything. That is it for this episode, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to our sponsor, Almost Subway, because I know they'll do the right thing and sponsor an upcoming episode. Make me their spokesperson. Have a nice week, everyone. Don't eat any manatee unless it's offered to you by a native family. And peace.